he was preaching to them, and then he was preaching to them for a day or two, and then a couple more days, and more people were coming, and more people were coming, so there were just hundreds and thousands of people floating around listening to Jesus while he was talking. And finally, at the end of the week, you know, it was Friday, and he had to go home. He told the disciples, it's time for us to go. Why don't you send everybody home? And the disciples said, hey, we got to send them home because they're all hungry and stuff. And Jesus said, why don't you give them something to eat? And they said, yeah, right, there's no pizza parlors anywhere near here. That'd take a stack of pizzas bigger than my house. And we don't know how big his house was, but I think it was pretty big. Anyway, so didn't have pizzas, didn't have hamburger stands, didn't have taco stands, they didn't have, wow, they were just stuck. So Jesus said, give them something to eat. And they said, we can't do that. And then he said, what do you have? And they said, well, there's this kid over here who's got 5 loaves of bread, 2 fish, 5 bread, 2 fish. That's not very many. Look at all these people. There's 5,000 men and 10,000 women and 42,000 kids. And there's just a lot of people here that got to eat. And Jesus said, well, why don't you bring those 5 loaves of fish to me, or 5 loaves of bread to me? And so they did. They brought them to him, and he started breaking them up and putting them in baskets so they could hand them out. And the disciples started running around with these baskets full of stuff, and they thought, how did he get this basket full? He only had 5 little loaves of bread. And he just kept breaking and filling baskets, and the disciples were running around feeding everybody, and everybody got full. And they had some fishes too. 2 fish, and somehow everybody got full of fish, and they got full of bread, and then they sent them home. And they all had full tummies, and they all felt good because they got healed and they got fed. And anyway, so they went home, and afterward they picked up 12 baskets of food that were left over. That was just amazing. God was really good at doing, Jesus was really good at doing miracles. Jesus was God. God was really good at doing miracles, and he still is. So anyway, that's a really fun story. Thanks for joining me. Hi. One of the things that's really important to know how to make is mucus, because mucus comes in handy in so many different ways, and especially if you have way too many Kleenexes or tissues, you can take care of all your mucus that way. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to make it. Here are the ingredients right here. I've already mixed it. These were little packets of gelatin, and that's a Spanish word for gelatin, but it's just clear gelatin, and it looks like this. It doesn't look very clear then, but that's gelatin. And then we mixed it with a little bit of hot water, boiling water, so the gelatin would be mixed up. It would be a liquid. Now we're going to put some syrup in there. This is just normal pancake syrup, and this is the Spanish label because we're in Mexico, but it's pancake syrup. Now I'm going to put some in here. I don't know quite how much. We didn't use very much water. We only used a little bit of water this time. And so I'm going to mix that up like this and like this. And whoa, look at that going. Oh yeah. We're going to get something any of your friends would be proud of. Look at that. Wow. Yeah. That's how to make mucus, or snot is one of the terms for it. There we go. Beautiful, don't you think? Good experiment.